Devin Homick and Jim Irvine here with Great Lakes Grain. We're grain originators, and we're getting ready for the northern part of the Great Lakes Grain Crop Assessment Tour. Jim, whereabouts are we today?
Okay, we're on Wellington County Road 8. We're at the Wellington-Perth town line between Palmerston and Drayton at the home of Pete and Daniel Schill.
Okay, well, we're standing here in front of a great-looking field of soybeans. What might we expect to see, Jim, as we start doing some yield assessments on some of these fields? You have a fairly big trading area, so I'm just curious what we might see, when we start from, your Mitchell trading area right up through into Elmvale.
Okay, so we're at the southern end of it, really. SO3W4s right here. These are great looking soybeans, probably, they're more representative of what we see in the lower half of the area with the Drayton area over to Mitchell. These are exceptional. In fact, this particular field, these beans were prize winners in the Palmerston Fair last weekend.
Well, yeah, it's definitely an excellent field. I pulled a plan earlier, and looks like some great pod count, and obviously it's going to need some work.
Well, yeah, Devin, they look great right now with full leaves and everything else, but normally this time of year in this area, the leaves are already starting to drop, and I always look at the last week of the exhibition, which we're in, and generally when you're in this area, they're turning yellow, but they got a long way to go yet.
We were just getting ready to leave this bean field, and we thought we'd take a little bit of a closer look. We mentioned how green they are, how dark green they were. Jim, what are these things going to need to truly get finished off?
Well, they're going to need a frost-free September. If we happen to get a frost the second week in September, we'll be in big trouble in our trading area. They look great, but they are behind. We're lacking about 300 heat units right now. So if we get a good September, look at the potential we have in this field. If we don't, it's going to be touch and go.
Well, it sounds like that's going to be the story in southwestern Ontario. Everybody's kind of definitely not going to want to have a frost hit us in September at any time. So great looking field of soybeans. Let's head on over to the corn. Well, we moved on to the cornfield here. Jim, actually, we just had a great conversation with the farmer, Pete Schill. What's some of the stuff that he was touching on about the crop?
Well, he was talking about the corn here, that they've top dressed it. They did put all their nitrogen up front, and then found out they had to come back in later, and they had to put fungicide on it as well. But they got a great looking corn crop here.
Yeah, the crop does look good, and again, we touched base a lot about this, about the worry of frost in the month of September. Everybody's gonna be watching. They're talking about that full moon coming up, and I know the guys are gonna be watching real closely. Jim, what do you expect to kind of find for maybe potential yields for Mitchell right through up into your area? It sounds like there could be quite a bit of variability as we move up through.
Well, historically you can get anywhere from 140 to 200 in this particular area here at Drayton. This is particularly a good looking crop, good area. I think it will all come down to what September is going to do here, because we're probably already looking at higher moistures than we've had the previous 2 years. We just need a good September, need to get by that full moon September 6th, and hope that we can move on from there.
All right, great. Well, let's take a stop, and we'll take a look at the corn a little closer. Well, we reached in and grabbed a cob out of this field. We're just going to take a closer look and see, how far along it is, and how far we might still have to go to get this thing finished. When we were talking with the farmer, he was saying that this variety here is about an 87-day corn. And yeah, it's actually just starting to show some signs of dent. So it's another 30-35 days, and this cob could finish. Looks pretty good. Filled out nicely to the tip.
It's a lot better than most of the corn we've seen in this region, and a lot of it's still in the milky stage in the area. So this is way farther advanced than we might have expected.
Well, the potential is definitely there. Sounds like the census here of the crop tour 2017 is let's stay frost free for the month of September and get this thing finished so we can get the bins filled up in the fall.
Well, Devin, it's been a great morning here at the Pete and Daniel Schill Farm outside of Drayton. What a great looking corn crop they've got, and you know, we can only look forward to seeing what it's going to yield at the end. And you know, it's going to be a great tour 2017, and I encourage all the growers out there to follow us on our website, greatlakesgrain.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at hashtag GLG Tour 17. And we'd like to also thank all the good folks at DeKalb for sponsoring our tour for the 7th straight year. Thanks a lot.